Okay, we are here. We are live. There is a little lag. Hay un pequeño delay. Que voy a aprender aquí.
Creo, creo
TikTok.
que tienes un poco de lag en la conexión.
Sí,
Aquí en Zoom también.
también.
Sí, pero ya se arregló. Ya se volvió a poner en amarillo. Bueno,
Okay. mm, ok. 3, 2, 1. Y ahora en TikTok. Espera, yo me conecto a Instagram. We are going to start. Espérate. Ya voy. Ah, ok. We're almost there. Ok. Tratando de conectarme a Instagram y empezamos. Si hay gente en el
vale.
oído.
Sí, hay 9 personas.
Ok, listo. Bueno, esto rápido. Listo. Live. Ok. Entra la gente, porfis.
Listo. Voy a entrar. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Christina, Leisha. I see Dania. Hello, hello. I'm so happy that you guys are here. Hold on. I'm trying to connect this live. Okay, we're here. Oh, hold on, guys.
Um, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm listening.
Hi, Grace. If you could please mute yourself or you want to introduce yourself. I want to see you, everybody. Jesse, Christina, if I can see you, open your cameras. I want to see you real quick. I want to know who's here. Hi, Dania. Hello. Nice to meet you. I see Christina. Nice to meet you. Melody, I would love to see you. Kendra, hi. Somebody is driving. Zoom Benutzer. Is that how I pronounce your name? Hi, Katarina. Keisha, I want to see you. I see a beautiful picture, but I would love to see you. Hi, Melody. Nice to meet you. You're in a cabin? Are you in a cabin? Oh, wow. That's great. Hannah, is you a precious baby? That's great. I love it. Hi, Christina, Jesse. Okay, welcome to our class. Welcome to HIC Parenting. I always like to start all my sessions, all my classes with setting up a clear intention. So if you could please, Jessie, hi, great to see you. If you could please type in the chat, what's your clear intention for this session? I want to know. So this is what I expect. The ages of your kids, if there is any diagnosis that I need to be aware of, I would like to know. Most of our clients in HIC parenting are neurodivergent families. I want to know if there is any diagnosis that I need to know. And number three, I want to know what your intention is. What told you, hey, I need to take time out of my day to be here? If it is a parent-centric intention, that's what I'm looking for, meaning rooted in self-responsibility and not blame towards our kids. Let me give you an example of blame. I'm just here to get my children to not be so disrespectful, so I am peaceful. Rooted in responsibility is I want to understand where my reactivity is coming from so I can be a secure parent for my kids. So if you could please type your intention, we're going to start with that. I'm going to type my intention as well. Hi. Hello, hello, Zia. I want to see you. If you could please open your cameras, that would be great, at least for a little bit. To understand. To understand what, Zia? My husband and I are looking to become less reactive parents and stop shaming, blaming our kids when we are overwhelmed. Thank you so much for sharing that desire. If you relate to Grace, heart her comment, going to give you hearts too. That takes a lot of, how do you say valentia, courage to say that thing. Keisha, self-responsibility so that I can be a secure parent for my 12 and 9-year-old sons, one that is neurodivergent. Keisha, is that your name? Keisha, is that how I pronounce it?
Yes.
Okay, can I see you real quick? I see your beautiful picture, but I cannot see you. What diagnosis we're talking about when you say neurodivergent?
Autism.
Okay. Any other autism family here? I raise my hand. My son is autistic ADHD. Me too. I'm autistic ADHD. If you are an autism family, raise your hand. I want to know. I have two children. One of my children are autistic. Okay, that's great. Autism family. To learn connection-based parenting since he was never a role model to me. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is a class. This is not a coaching session. Sometimes we do coaching. This is not going to be coaching. This is going to be a class. So we are going to be guided by a presentation. We have Federico here. He is one of our members in HIC Parenting. He's going to be helping us with the links and tech aspect. So if you're struggling with tech, he will be helping as well. Hi Miranda, I see some members of our private community here. Aurelia, I'm so glad that you're here. Miranda, Benny, I'm so glad that you're here. Inma, I love to see the members of my private community here. Okay, so let's go to the presentation. Guys, please mute yourself for a little bit. Mute yourself. Federico, if I don't know if there is, yes, I want to talk to parents throughout, but for now, we're going to mute ourselves and let's go to the presentation. So this class, I'm going to share with you how to stop toxic reactions to become a secure parent. When you saw the invitation for this class of stopping toxic reactions and becoming a secure parent, I'm just very curious, what toxic reaction was in your mind? What is that reaction? What is that thing that you want to turn around? What is that thing that you want to turn around? Yelling. Okay, thank you, Kendra. Please type it in the comments. And as you join, if you could please introduce yourself in the chat and your intention. Cussing, yelling. Okay, negativity. Keisha, when you say negativity, what do you mean by that? like saying things that you don't mean. Otro, porfis. So on this class, I'm going to show you 2 steps. We're going to divide this class in 2 sections. Section number 1 is to understand where reactivity comes from in the first place, because we cannot conquer what we don't understand. And there are a lot of misconceptions out there that I see parents have that is keeping them stuck in the reactivity. So I want to address them. So you're going to have a clear understanding of where your particular reactivity is coming from. You are going to know what type of reactivity your family has, and then how is that influencing your dynamic with your kids. That's section 1. Section 2, I'm going to explain to you the 3 skills that will take you from reactive to becoming a secure parent. These are the 3 skills that we work with our coaching clients in HIC parenting, and of course in our private community, the Secure Parent Collective as well. Otro, por favor. You'll feel a lot calmer and more in control. You'll be proud of how you handle challenging moments. Your kids will feel safer and more loved, and they will see you as a parent who listens and cares. This is your chance to break the cycle. And I broke the cycle once. I went through these 2 things and I integrated it in my family. Once I gained a clear understanding of the dynamics or of the generational patterns that were happening in me that I was projecting to my kids, that's number 1. And number 2, once I integrated the 3 skills of a secure parent that you're going to learn today. Otro, porfis. So this class is for you if, number 1, you are a parent or caregiver who values self-responsibility and understands that change starts with you. Not with your kids, with you. If you're a parent who wants to go from reactive to secure, if you are a parent who wants to commit to do the work so your children grow up being secure parents, secure children, and being raised by secure parents. And if you are a parent who doesn't blame their children or their spouse for their reactivity, if you are a parent with self-responsibility who knows that is you are the owner of your reactions and responses, then this class is for you. This class is not to fix your kids. This class is not to fix your spouse. This class is for you. It's a parent-centric class. So this class is not for you if you're coming to get tips and strategies and hacks on to fix kids' behaviors, because we are parent-centric coaches in HIC parenting, and we help parents understand their own dynamics, the own things they bring to the table so they can be secure parents for their kids. But one thing that we help parents do with their kids is to help them understand their children's needs and their children's nervous system. And from that understanding, they could provide secure parenting. So if you're all about that, then this class is for you. Otro, porfis. I have a disclaimer. The disclaimer is that this is a class. A class is information. It is information. So you're going to live with things that you didn't know before, but this class is not coaching. This class is not personalized guidance. Obviously, this class is not therapy. This class is not counseling. So take this class as a very great informational source, if that makes sense. Otro, porfis. So what to expect? Part number 1 is going to be the teaching. Remember the 2 sections? We're going to do that in part number 1. Part number 2, I'm going to give you an invitation to join me and other parents of our private community for the next 30 days for free in our private community. I'm going to extend a free private invitation for you to join us as a guest the next 30 days. This class is sponsored by the Secure Parent Collective private community. And if you want to learn a little bit more about us and how we help parents and how parents are coming together to help each other to raise secure kids and become secure parents, in part 2, I'm going to explain to you what our private community is, and you will be able to join us as well for free for the next 30 days. And part 3 is Q&A if we have time. Otro porfis. If you are new to me, say I'm new to you, I'm new to HIC parenting. If you've been following us just for a few weeks or a few days, I'm just very curious. Or if you're an OG, say I'm an OG, I've been following you for years, I've been following HIC for years. Type it in the chat, I'm just very curious. But for the new ones, I want to introduce us. Hello, my name is Marcela Collier. I'm a certified parenting coach, and I am the founder of HIC Parenting Education Agency. We are a group of coaches with the mission of helping as many parents as we can break away from reactivity and becoming secure parents by developing emotional regulation skills, mindset skills, which is understanding of needs, and positive discipline skills. Since 2020, by the way, tomorrow we turn 6 years old. HIC Parenting is 6 years old tomorrow. And since 2020, we've served 14,151 parents go from reactive to secure. And we feel so proud of it and so happy. And I feel honored that you are here. And I cannot wait to serve you. Otro porfis. On the personal aspect, I am a mom of twins. I raised a son in the foster care system since he was 7. Now he's 21. And then I have 9-year-old twins. One of them is autistic ADHD. The other one is gifted and neurotypical. And I am autistic ADHD. And yeah. And then I've been helping children in the foster care system for many years now. I started in 2012, and then I got my therapeutic license, and I was a therapeutic provider for 10 years. And then I became a certified parenting coach. And then that's when I opened HIC Parenting, when I founded HIC Parenting in 2019. And in 2020, we started with this great agency. And I'm just so happy for all the things that the Lord has done for us and for the parents who come through our doors. Now that I introduced myself and my family, let's go to the next one. Otro. Porfis. Otro.
Voy.
How I got tested for autism. Zia, basically, my son got diagnosed, and I was like, I look like my son. I do the same things. I have the same needs. We are very similar, so I got evaluated, and then, yep, he's level 1, I'm level 2. So I don't know if I have higher support needs than him, if that makes sense. Yeah. And we have served, let me go back. I got sidetracked. How I said we have served 14,151 parents. Many of them are in our private community, like Miranda, like Ferris, like Kimberly. I'm just trying to see the profile pictures a little bit, like Rena. A lot of them neurodivergent families, and they all went from reactive to secure. So I'm just very happy that you guys are here, and hopefully you join us later, our private community. Otro porfis. I have a live attendee gift for you guys. Did you get it? If you join me to the end, I will tell you how to claim it. This is a workbook that I created. It's a 40-pager workbook with my full framework on nervous system. So you understand how to work with your children's nervous system and meet their needs from that understanding. When that happens, their meltdowns are not going to be flying off the handle left and right. You will be able to help them and calm them down from the understanding of their nervous system and not just some tips and tricks and general tactics that you're learning online. So you're learning your child's nervous system from within. And this is a free bonus that I'm going to give you at the end if you stay with me all the way to the end. I will tell you how to claim it later. Otro porfis. So let's start this class. Who is ready? If you're ready, say I'm ready. Let's go. If you're ready, say I'm ready. I want to get agreement. Okay, cool. So step number 1 or section number 1 is understanding our unique generational pattern. Our unique generational pattern. I'm just very curious. Did you grow up in a flexible or rigid environment? Or a just right environment? Let me know in the chat. Let's go to, vamos a la otra. Rigid, rigid. How would you describe rigid? I'm at work right now, so I'm limited to what I can rigid environment. Aurelia, I get it. Aurelia is one of the members of our private community. I get it, Aurelia. So based on the environment that you were raised, there are patterns that were created within you that are right now showing up in your parenting. We notice in HIC parenting, among all the parents that we serve, there are three common reactive patterns that parents fall into in the day-to-day basis, even the ones who are trying to do better, even the ones who are trying to break generational patterns and not raise their kids the way they were raised. We notice 3 common patterns. Let me know which one you relate to. The first one is impulsive pattern. This usually comes from environments where emotions were not allowed. You were not allowed to have big emotions, or if emotions were allowed, you were shut down right away. And how does this show up in parenting? You feel triggered with your children, and there is no space between the trigger and your response. You react right away. And the reactivity may come in the form of yelling, snapping, saying hurtful things, threatening with consequences that you know don't even work, even spanking. This is impulsive reactivity. Parents who fall in this kind of reactivity, they usually come and tell us, Marcela, I want to be calmer. I want to regulate my emotions, but there is no space between my trigger and my reaction. It kind of like it gets ahead of me and it just happens. I don't want to swap my kids, but it just happens. It's an impulsive thing. I don't believe in spanking, but it just happens. And I feel so guilty right after. Many parents who are in this impulsive reactivity, they tell me, I react and I'm very good at repairing, something that my parents didn't do. I'm doing that very well right now. But what happens is that I say sorry so many times that I don't even know if my children believe me by now. That's impulsive reactivity. We call these kind of parents the firecrackers. There is no stopping there. Is that you? Maybe you're the second one. Everything you're saying for impulsive is me. I get a Melody. Impulsive. Okay. Or did you grow up with impulsive reactive parents? Was that your parents? I'm curious. There is a second type. I need to take a deep breath, which is suppressive reactivity. How does this show up? They're not impulsively reacting. They feel the trigger, but they keep it in. And it builds and builds, and they hold and hold. On the outside, it may seem like they are working with the child, speaking calmly to the child, trying to logic with the child, but on the inside, they're boiling, they're simmering. And this is building up when it gets to a point that they cannot hold it any longer and they explode. They don't regulate their emotions. They suppress and they swallow those emotions. These are usually the parents who grew up in environments where they needed to perform a lot. They needed to perform a lot, prove a lot that I need to perform a lot, and there is not a lot of space to process emotionally things, but I need to perform and prove until you cannot perform anymore and you explode. Yes, it is possible to have a mix, Dania. I call these kind of parents pressure cookers. Usually these parents tell me, I'm Barney in the morning and Godzilla at night. Usually I start the day with good intention. I start the day with good intention. I try to like this day is gonna be different. But then dinner time comes, bedtime comes, and at the end of the day, I'm yelling. These are the parents who are consuming parenting tips and social media strategies and hacks and scripts, and they're trying to say all the right things while they're building up until they explode. Is that you? That's suppressive reactivity. There is a third pattern that comes from avoidant environments, environments where you felt ignored, you felt alone with your emotions, you felt like almost invisible. And this is the passive aggressive reactive pattern. How does this show up? I don't want to make things worse. So instead of engaging with my kids, I retrieve. And I either retrieve emotionally or physically. So how does physical retrieval look like? Ay, no, I'm done with you. Ya estoy hasta aquí. Me tienes hasta la madre. I don't do whatever you want. And then you walk out and you bounce the kid to the co-parent if you have one. Or just walk out. That's physical retrieval. Emotional retrieval is, I don't want to make things worse. I'm so nervous. If I know me, I know that I'm going to be yelling, so I'm just going to shut down. And you're there, but you're not there. You're physically present, but you're not emotionally engaged with your kids. And you give in and you feel permissive. And then you may bounce from one to the other. You may bounce from passive aggressive to impulsive reactivity. There are some parents who tell me, I'm a pressure cooker, I'm suppressive, but once the pressure cooker explodes, I become impulsive. And I end up in passive aggressive. Which one is you? Yes, to some aspects of all three. I feel like I'm a bit of all three. Okay, Christina. Zia, what about you? Miranda. Let's go to the next one. And then you react again or you shut down again, whatever your reactivity is. And there are some internal things that are happening. You start thinking, why do I react this way? Let me know if you relate to any of these three. I react this way, number one, because my children won't listen. If they listen to me, I wouldn't have to yell. I react this way, number two, because I'm just so tired and exhausted. Number 3, I react this way because I just don't have enough tools. I'm sure that if I go to that class, Marcel is gonna give me that magic stamp, that magic sauce that nobody knows, and everything is gonna be different. Are you the magic sauce chaser? Are you the one who says, it's because I'm tired? Are you the one who says, because of the kids? Which one do you relate to? Which one is you? All three? Okay. All three, Jesse. I hear you. Okay. I'm going to challenge you. I forgot to tell you. On this class, I'm going to challenge your mindset many times. This is the challenge. None of these things are the cause of parental reactivity. None of these things. All these 3 things are outside sources. Because of the kids, you're blaming the kids. Because of my lifestyle and because I'm tired, the circumstances. Because of course there is a magic sauce out there that I don't know. Once I know that tool, things will be different. Parental reactivity doesn't have an outside of yourself cause. It is a generational pattern that doesn't have anything to do with your kids, with your lifestyle, or even with the things that you know and the tools and scripts that you know. That's not the cause of parental reactivity. Let's move to the next one. Don't worry, we're going to get to the cause. Parental reactivity comes from subconscious narratives and beliefs and patterns that you're not even aware of, that were downloaded in you in childhood. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Because otherwise, you're going to keep running in circles. If you think it's the kids, then your strategies are going to be geared towards fixing the kids. There is nothing to fix. We don't need to fix our autistic kids. We don't need to fix our ADHD kids. We don't need to fix our sensitive kids. We don't need to fix our kids for us to be peaceful and secure. Matter of fact, our coaching clients at the end of the process with us, they still have the same kids. They still have the same lifestyle. They may still have the same newborn who wakes up multiple times at night and they're tired. But they're secure. What's the difference? Because they are now having a new understanding of their narratives and the skills that we're going to cover in section 2 of this class. Let's go to the narratives. I want to know, after you react the way that you do, what comes to you? In coaching, some parents tell me I feel like I'm failing. Some other parents tell me I feel like I'm not good enough. Some parents tell me that I'm a disappointment. Some parents tell me I'm a bad parent. What comes to you? What comes to you? Type it in the chat. Don't leave me alone. What comes to you? I feel not good enough. Like a horrible mom. Let me give you a lot of love. Thank you for being so courageous and vulnerable. Fear and shame. I don't want to hurt them. It's like fear of hurting them. Guilt that I'm a bad mom, not good enough. Melody. Let me give you a hug, Melody. What else? Disappointed in myself, Dania. Let me give you a hug. Christina, that I'm not good at parenting. Let me give you a hug. that I'm ruining my kids, that I don't deserve my kids. I hear that a lot from neurodivergent parents, parents who are autistic or ADHD themselves. I heard that a lot. I don't know why I had kids in the first place if I'm not cut out to be a parent. That's what they're believing. And my heart hurts because I know where these narratives are coming from. Listen to me carefully. Anything that you're typing that is after I feel like, I feel I'm failing, I feel like a horrible parent, I feel like I'm messing up my kids, I feel like I'm a disappointment. All these things that you're telling me, vamos a la otra. They're not feelings. They are not feelings. I feel like I'm failing, like I'm not doing enough, like I don't matter, like nobody listens to me, I'm invisible in my house, nobody hears me, I'm bad parent. All these things are beliefs. You are not feeling that, you're believing that about yourself. It makes sense. Your reactivity makes sense. From these beliefs, reactivity makes sense. If I believe I'm not a good parent and I'm failing as a parent, I'm not enough as a parent, reactivity makes sense. Are you wondering, hey, so if they're beliefs, I wonder, like, then what? What do I do with these beliefs? Where were these beliefs created? Like, tell me more about these beliefs. Do you want to learn a little bit more about your beliefs? Remember, we are in section 1, which is understanding your generational patterns. We cannot move to skills if you are with this mindset. We cannot move to skills if you are in this frame of mind. Vamos a la otra. So there are very different stages of development. This is more the more theoretical part of this class. I encourage you to take a screenshot of this so you have this info in your phone and post it on Instagram. Tag me at High Impact Club or HIC Parenting. That way I know that you came to the class. But listen to me. This is important. Between 0 to 7, between 0 to 7, you were in your pre-operational stage of development. What does that mean? You were operating from your emotional brain, not your logical thinking. Everything, all your experiences with your caregivers, with your teachers, with your peers were downloaded to your emotional brain. So from 0 to 7, you were not, my mom yelled at me because she's so tired, she's working 2 jobs. You receive that to your emotional brain. And from 0 to 7 is always how I felt with this. I feel loved, I feel unloved, I feel cared for, I feel safe, not safe. I feel how you felt. Everything is how you felt. Now, when you turn 8, you started your operational stage of development. And this is a huge step because your brain started operating just from the limbic system. Started engaging the logical thinking, which is your executive functioning skills. What does that mean?
Ja,
Zoom,
warte mal, kommt das?
Bednuzer, could you
Oh, wir
please
haben ja noch die Erdbeeren.
mute yourself? So what happened? All that downloaded emotional information in your first 7 years of life, when you started your operational stage of development, started to turn into beliefs. Have you ever seen the movies Inside Out? I think that's the name. Inside Out, Riley with emotions. Part one was Leo Riley, and Leo Riley just had emotions. But part two, it was the teen Riley, and teen Riley had two things. She had emotions and she had beliefs. Because part two Riley was in her operational stage of development. So my friend, the I'm failing as a parent did not start when your child decided not to poop in the toilet, but again in the diaper after you taught them many times. It did not start when your children started fighting. It didn't start with the struggle interaction moments you're having with your kids. I feel like I'm failing and feel like I'm not good enough. My voice doesn't matter did not start with your kids not listening to you. I'm a bad parent did not start with your parenting. All these beliefs started in your operational stage of development. All of them. And now they are downloaded in you. And if you're not aware of it, they're driving your life and more importantly, your parenting. And more importantly, your parenting. Let me give you an example. Do you want to know a real life example? If yes, say yes. Is this making sense? If no, say no, I'm still lost. If it's making sense, type is making sense. Otro porfis. Okay. I usually have this, when I teach this class, I have this example. So imagine, you know what? I'm going to give you a different example this time. Because this one is a real example of one of my clients in HIC parenting. So she grew up with the belief of I'm not good enough. Why? Because she grew up with the childhood wound of injustice. How does this childhood wound show up? When you grew up in rigid environments that it was black or white, there were high expectations for her. And if she didn't meet those high expectations, then she was wrong. And then she was bad and she was not enough. She grew up chasing that ideal of the perfect child and the model child. And now it was showing up in her parenting. She was a homeschooling, she's a homeschooling mommy of 3 beautiful kids, and she was drowning in her homeschooling days. Sibling conflict, trying to get her kids to do the activities, trying to do the baking cookies, making the craft, doing all the ABCs. The kids were sometimes cooperating, other times were not. And she was a pressure cooker. And then she came to coaching to see how she could have a more peaceful environment at home and have an easier time homeschooling her kids. This is what was happening for her. She had the belief of, I'm not good enough. So all morning, she was competing against that belief to prove that she was enough. So she spent a lot of time creating the curriculum for her kids, and then she was very rigid. Things needed to be this way, and I needed to do it in this order. And if my kids didn't do the ABCs at the time that I want them, in the time that I want them, how I want them, then I'm failing. The power struggles made sense. And then she was all the time proving. I remember I asked her, what do you fear? What do you fear? And then she said, I fear they would not like homeschooling and they would ask to go to public school. This fear did not come from her kids. It came from her parents growing up when these high expectations told her all the time, if you don't fall in line, if you don't meet these high expectations, you're not part of. You're not in the cool kid club. You're not in our family. You're not accepted. Let me give you another example, is the one that I brought here today. This mom, she has the belief that she's bad when she has boundaries. Because growing up, she was not allowed to have boundaries. Every time she had boundaries, then she was disrespectful and she got spankings and yelling. And now she's a mother. And she went with her daughter to the grocery store and then she said, hey, Sophie, we're going to go into the store and we're not going to get many things. We're just going to get the groceries. You can choose a fruit, but we're not going to get toys. And yes, surely Sophie wanted that toy. Wanted that toy. And then the man reminded her. And then Sophie started getting a lot more agitated. And she was going to have a tantrum. And then the mom's belief, I'm bad with a have boundaries, started to kick in. She started looking at the people around and believing that they were judging her. And she looked at her child and then she felt as if that boundary was hurting her kid. So she gave in. She went to the car. She was already feeling a little permissive. So she was short and snappy with Sophie. Sophie received that nervous system wise, and she was getting a lot of short and snappy with mom too. And she was refusing to buckle up, and it was a struggle. And now the mom was taking deep breaths, trying to keep it together. And she got a call from her dad. I need you to come and help me with these papers. Dad, but I was hoping to get home to cook dinner. We're going to get late to soccer practice. Okay, daughter. I know that I cannot count with you on guilt tripping. Guilt tripping started. The I'm bad when I have boundaries kicked in. And this mom went to help her dad anyway. And then she came home. She didn't have enough time to cook dinner. Now she was yelling at Sophie for not finding her cleats and her soccer uniform. And then she came back from soccer exhausted of the day, put Sophie to bed, and started crying and said, if my life just were easier, if I weren't this exhausted, I would not be this reactive mom. When the reactivity and even the exhaustion came from the I am bad when I have boundaries. This mom would have been a lot more secure and calmer and have a calmer day if she would have had boundaries. If she would have had boundaries with Sophie, if she would have had boundaries with her dad, if she would have had boundaries with herself. Is this clicking? Parents, don't fall asleep on me. Is this clicking? Is this clicking? So let's go back. Let's go back to what we think our reactivity is. I react because my kids won't listen, because I'm so tired, because I don't have the tools. It's not true. We react because of unconscious generational patterns downloaded in us, manifested themselves in belief systems. How can we learn to fix a dysregulated nervous system? We're in section 1, Kate. We're in the understanding what's happening. Section 2 is I'm going to show you 3 skills that we work with our clients and with our members in our private community. So yes, there is a way to be a parent with childhood wounds and learn to be a secure parent. Just a question. I'm not scolding you, Kate. No te estoy regañando. I'm just telling you. Otro porfis. So the scripts, the tactics, the things that you've learned in social media that you try to apply from classes that you bought, self-paced courses that you feel like they helped a little bit, but not all the way. I'm still reactive. It's not because they're bad tips or strategies. I'm sure they're amazing, but because strategies, tips, and advice don't work if we are operating from these narratives, because those are what creates reactivity. For example, Naomi, she was a course junkie. She used to buy so many courses from so many people, and nothing was really working. And once she started working in this with us, she was a member of our private community first, and then she was a coaching client. That's when things started changing. And by the way, if you're wondering about the difference between classes like these and personalized guidance and coaching, is the same difference between reading a book with information versus getting help on the application and the integration of skills in your family. Okay? So that's the difference between them two. So this is what she said regarding her process. Let's play Naomi real quick. Pongamos a Naomi un momentico.
I had been a part of another parenting program, and it was a lot of the words, do this, say this, act this way, and I was getting very frustrated because none of it was working for me. Like, I was really, really trying, and I knew what I wanted, but I had no clue how to get there. And even with the tools that they were giving me, I was just like, I can't. Like, I'm trying to do them, but it's not, like, my children are not responding the way they say the kids will respond. And I don't know, like, how to, like, and it was just a lot of me like, I'm just not doing it right. I'm a terrible mom because they say this works and it's not working. Being able to join this has just been so enlightening for me to be able to understand and just feel the security within myself. That's been the biggest shift, so that I can show up, for them, being able to learn. And I think the biggest key, and this is what I've told all my friends, go and learn. It's been so transformational for me. So, yeah.
And how do you feel now?
I feel very, empowered, I think, is the biggest thing for me.
So she said once she started finding the security within herself, that's when things change. Now, when she learned more tools. So you don't need more tools. You need to build the security within yourself. And that doesn't come with information, that comes with application and support. She was in our private community and she was getting support there. And then she was a coaching client and she was getting the support there. And one thing is trying to do exercise on your own at home, and another different thing is doing it in a group with a teacher who is correcting your posture, who is teaching you the right moves, who you are surrounded by people who are on the same journey as you, and that keeps you motivated. You're not supposed to do this on your own. That's the work that we do with our members in our private community, the Secure Parent Collective, and our coaching clients. Otro porfis. So let's move to step number 2. We are done with section 1, which is understanding your unique type of reactivity, where it's coming from, and how it's affecting your parenting. Do you believe that I accomplished that step? Christina say yes. Melody say yes. And by the way, this is just a very rough overview. It is so hard to fit in this class all the things that we're doing in our private community. For example, this step 1 is a 6-week series in our private community that we are currently going through. So I try to do my best to summarize it as best as possible for you guys here. Now let's go to step number 2, which is the skills. So why do we react to our kids? Because of the narratives and because of lack of skills. I'm not saying tools, I'm saying skills. Skills are things within you. Tools is like, do this, say that, do this, say that. Those are not skills. Skills is you knowing, you being able, you feeling empowered to, you knowing. I don't have a script when I talk to my kids, but I have the skill of communication, of mind. So these are the 3 skills every secure parent has. Let's go to skill number 1. I've been in desperate pursuit of the knowing ways to parent since my 9-year-old was born and done so much therapy. I need help. You're talking about Miranda. I hear you. Vamos a la segunda. This is section 2 of this class. Okay. How to stop toxic reactions when we develop 3 core skills. Skill number 1 is the skill of mindsight. What is the skill of mindsight? How do I explain it to you? Okay. So let's just say I have a toolbox to fix my car. This is the right toolbox with all the right tools to fix my car. Even if it is the right toolbox and I give it to you, would you be able to fix my car? Would you be able to? No. Maybe if you are a mechanic. Why not? Simple. Because you don't know about cars, you don't know how to use anything. It's the same thing that is happening to a lot of us. It happened to me back in the day. We're getting tools and tips and track tactics and stuff from social media, throwing it at the wall and hoping for something to stick. That is solved with the skill of mindsight. The skill of mindsight is having the understanding about how the car works. What's the car? Who is the car? You are the car. Your children are the car. All section 1 of this class was skill of mindsight. You are walking out of this class with a little more understanding of you. And just that understanding will help you show up differently, because when you see your interaction with your kid, you won't see the I'm failing. You're seeing the this is not part of me. This was downloaded to me in childhood. And my interaction with my child is different, is separate from it. The skill of mindsight is understanding our children's needs from the core. Let's do a little exercise in mindsight to integrate this a little bit. And we do this more in depth in our private community or with our coaching clients. But I want to give you a little taste of mindsight. Vamos a la otra. If you are not driving, please close your eyes. Please close your eyes. Close your eyes. Miranda, close your eyes. I see your husband coming. Close your eyes. We're going to do this mindsight exercise. I call it the secure parent awareness practice. I want you to go back to where the belief, whatever belief you have, I'm failing, I don't matter, nobody listens to me, no matter how much I try, it doesn't work. I want you to go back to when that belief was present in your childhood. Please go back there. Close your eyes. Keisha, if you could please close your eyes. I know you're in an office. I want you to go there with your nervous system. Go there. How old were you? Were you 10? Were you 7? Were you even younger? Like when you felt that, I don't matter, I'm bad, I'm not loved, whatever belief you have in you, how old were you? Were you 12? What was happening around? Maybe you made a mistake and they didn't approve of you, they humiliate you. Or maybe it didn't matter how much you tried, nothing was good enough. Or maybe they rejected you when you tried to show your authenticity and they diminish you. Like, what was happening around? Now I want you to imagine how you were feeling. If you were to assign a feeling, what would it be? Nothing I feel like. I feel like is a belief. Feeling sad, fearful, angry, frustrated, lonely, helpless, powerless, anxious. What was that feeling? What were you feeling? Now I want you to imagine that this child with that feeling was needing something, needing something. I want you to describe in your head or open the eyes and in the chat what was that child needing? What was that child needing? A hug? Reassurance? You're gonna be okay, you're safe. Everything is gonna be okay. You're loved. You're good. You're good enough. You're valuable. I see you. I know it's hard. You perfect exactly how you are. What were you needing? Love and then to be seen and wanted. You're wanted. Love and support. Hmm? Now I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine behaving in disapproving ways. Those disapproving ways that got you in trouble, that got you punished. Once you're done, please open your eyes real quick. Open your eyes. Your children are needing the same thing. And they're probably feeling similarly sometimes. They're needing the same thing. When they are behaving in disapproving ways, they're needing the same thing. That's the skill of mindsight. Not asking our children with, how do I fix it? How do I fix him? But what does my child need? What is my child feeling? What do I need? What am I feeling? And from that understanding, I know we can show up as secure parents. This is just a little taste of mindsight, just a little taste. Do you believe if you integrated the skill of mindsight, you can stop toxic reactions and be a secure parent for your kids? Let's go to the next one, the next skill. You needed adults who knew emotional regulation skills. They didn't yell at you because you deserved it. They yell at you because they didn't know how to regulate their emotions. You don't know how to regulate your emotions, not because you're a bad parent, but because nobody taught you to regulate your emotions. That's why you're trying to be calm. And that's not emotional regulation. That's emotional suppression. Trying to be calm, trying to not get angry, trying to not lose it is not emotional regulation. It's emotional suppression. It makes sense why you explode at the end of the day. It makes sense why you cannot control. It makes sense why you shut down. You are suppressing and not regulating. Possibly your kids are suppressing and not regulating as well. Go to your room and don't come out until you're calm. They're going to come out without tears in their eyes, not because they're calm, but because they know that's what gets them out of the timeout. That's not emotional regulation, that's emotional suppression. So instead of teaching our kids to suppress our emotions, we can build their emotional regulation skills. And this is something that we do with our coaching clients and in our private community as well. By teaching them, these are the 3 pillars of emotional regulation, write them down. By teaching them to read their emotional thermometer. All day we have an emotional thermometer, all day. Firecrackers, impulsive reactives, pressure cookers, stonewallers, they don't know how to read their emotional thermometer. It's too late. They try to regulate their emotions, quote unquote, when their emotional thermometer is already in red. So that's the first thing, emotional awareness of your thermometer. Number 2, nervous system reset from awareness of your own needs. For example, I'm a sensory seeker. I need sensory stimulation to regulate my nervous system. Taking deep breaths does nothing for me. I need to do more. I need to stretch. I need to run in place. I need to put cold water on my face. I need to yell in the backyard so my kids don't get scared. I need to do planks. I need to do something besides. If you have the impulse to spank your kids, it's not because you want to spank your kids. It's your nervous system telling you you need to seek sensory stimulation to regulate your nervous system. That's just to give you an example of knowing how to reset our nervous system from our own needs. I can help you do that. We can help you do that in HIC parenting. Having an understanding of what your needs are so you can regulate your system, your nervous system from it. And then pillar number 3 is healthy emotional communication. I'm sorry, I yell at you. But you know what? If you would have listened, I would have not yelled at you. That's not healthy emotional communication. Healthy emotional communication is rooted in self-responsibility. And nobody taught us growing up how to communicate in healthy ways. So give a lot of mercy and empathy to yourself, and we can help you. We can help you. We can help you, and this is not a one-time thing. This is a constant practice. That's why the members of our private community come every single week. Secure parenting is a practice. Practice. So those are the 3 pillars of emotional regulation. Let's go to the 3rd skill. The 3rd skill is the skill of positive discipline. Who is tired of repeating the same instruction to your kids and they still would not listening? Raise your hand. Keisha raises her hand. Miranda, let's see, and other people raising their hands. Hey guys, the other parents, I'd like to see you guys. Raise your hand, Anya, Aurelia. Because that's not discipline. Telling our kids to do things is not discipline. It's like if If you tell me, hey, Marcela, come and fly my plane, you're giving me an instruction, but you're not developing my skills to know how to fly your plane. The skill of positive discipline is developing their skills so they know how to take care of their own routine, so they know how to relate to one another peacefully. Is developing social and emotional skills so they know. My twins are 9 years old. One of them is autistic, ADHD, a lot of needs, sensory processing disorder. And every single morning, I leave my bedroom and they're in the living room ready. Backpacks on, ate breakfast, brushed their teeth, they made their beds, they're ready. All I have to do is take them to school. And I don't even tell them one time anything. It wasn't always like that. How did we get here? By me repeating over and over again, hey guys, do this, do this. No, by developing their skills. So they know now how to take care of their routine. Punishment and consequences and following them around creates behavior codependency. Those are the ones who would not do anything unless there is a police officer or a teacher or an adult or someone watching them, making sure they're doing their things. Punishment, timeouts, consequences, I believe in those as long as they're teaching, but timeouts, punishments, spanking, bribes, all those things just create behavior codependency. They won't move unless they get a bribe. They won't move unless you yell, and they won't move unless they're threatened with no more iPad. That's not discipline. That's the skill of positive discipline, developing their skills instead of telling them what to do. Otro porfis. I have a question for you. Do you think you can be a secure parent once you have, number one, full awareness of your toxic patterns and how it's really interacting and influencing your parenting? And once you integrate these 3 skills of a secure parent, do you believe you can be a secure parent once you integrate these 3 skills, mindset, emotional regulation, positive discipline, and once you have a full awareness of your toxic patterns? Kendra, yes. Christina, yes. Okay. Otro porfis. So I think I did accomplish what I came to do to this class. I promised that I was going to do 2 sections. Number 1, I was going to give you an overview of toxic reactive patterns and how they form and affect your parenting. We did that. And I promised I was going to give you an overview of the 3 skills of a secure parent to raise a secure child. And I gave you a little sample of what one of those skills is. Now you have a big assignment, and it's to integrate this in your family. Otro porfis, because information alone would not do anything. You have 2 paths. Path number 1, you take it and you do it on your own, DIY. You know how far DIY has gotten you, only you know. Path number 2 is do it with the support in our private community. Our private community is a community of parents in their journey to become a secure parent. And they have our guidance every single week through our live class on Thursday. In there, we have different series and different classes. Every week, we have a different class. So you integrate these skills, so you develop these skills. And so you understand more of your generational patterns. My invitation is to join now and join me free for 30 days. If you scan this QR code underneath the video, you can join me right now for free for the next 30 days. I encourage you to scan it right now, join the private community, and come back to the chat and let us know so I can welcome you. Federico, my assistant, he placed the link in the chat as well. The link is there. Join our private community and come back and let us know. Once the free trial is over, which is 30 days, it's just $47 a month. You can choose to stay or you can choose to not stay. If you choose not to stay, you can pause your free trial before your credit card is charged. Otherwise, you can join us for $47 a month. And one thing that I tell you is that the parents who have the most transformation in their parenting are the ones who stay for a few months, perhaps a year or two in our private community. Why? Because it takes consistency and it takes practice and it takes to plug into the support to make changes in your family. It's like the difference between going to the gym for 1 month versus 6 months or a year. I want to show you the story. As you join our private community, you can either scan the QR code on the screen or you can click the link in the chat. I want to show you the story of Julia. She allowed me to share it. She's been in the private community 2 months, only 2 months. And then right now we are in a 6-week series on step number 1 of this class, which is understanding our generational patterns. And this is what she's saying after 2 months of being in our private community. By the way, she's a single mom of a highly sensitive child. And I don't know if Julia is neurodivergent. Very possible, yes. But I'm not sure. But for sure, her daughter is neurodivergent, highly sensitive, and she's a single mom. Let's play Julia real quick.
Well, my experience has been very wonderful. Very, I think I kind of came in it with the mindset of like, I don't know, something different. And then I think as we've been peeling the layers and discovering things, I've been like really healing my own self and showing up better as a parent and gaining like a lot of deep awareness and understanding and like empathy from the parents, like Marcela said, and like tools and things we can do in like real time to help ourselves. And I think I've been seeing a lot of progress and a lot of fruits of, how do you say, like when you plant something and then it grows, a lot of fruits of labor, I guess. And it's been, I think,
When you mean in your parenting with your daughter?
in my parenting, yes.
Oh, tell me one fruit.
Well, we had a really hard time with like the bath time routine, and I think I said it in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I remember for the sensory needs. Okay.
Yeah, so I did the gradual exposure, and I think before it was like I used to chase her around the house, or like we would just kind of get into a power struggle, and like I would start to like say, okay, no TV until the bath, and then we just got into a really like bad like bickering argument. Like not like I would try not to like escalate it, of course, but it was just like back and forth, like negotiation. And then so I kind of uncovered what was happening, and then I applied the gradual exposure, which we learned in one of the
one of the workshops in our private community.
Yes, and then that's been very helpful, and because of that, I feel like she is more like better with me. Like she like has less outbursts, less tantrums. Like she's more communicative. Wow. I think because she knows that I will listen, and I finally like understood and I met the need, like you've been saying. So I think that like went a long way.
Imagine that your children are calmer and more secure and gravitate towards you more because they know you understand them. That's the skill of mindsight. Imagine that you're a lot more grounded and regulated because you are not being flooded by all these narratives and limiting beliefs and things downloaded in childhood, but you finally know how to cut through it and be a secure parent for your kids. Imagine you have the skills to develop skills in your kids so you're not following them around all day, telling them what to do. And imagine doing this in a private community of parents who, like you, are in the same process with the direct support of me and my team. We meet every Thursday at 9 a.m. PST. If the parents who cannot attend to the class, they get the replay. We have a WhatsApp group. They get the replay in the WhatsApp group, and the place we hold our community outside of the sessions on Thursdays is in the WhatsApp group. And it's just so amazing to see how they interact with each other. They're so kind and so wonderful. And it's just love to see, and I feel honored to be part of this private community. So I encourage you to join. Right now, let us know that you joined so I can celebrate with you and I can welcome you. And yeah, I want to share with you. You joined, Dania. Welcome to the Secure Parent Collective. Welcome to the Secure Parent Collective, Keisha. Camila, welcome to the Secure Parent Collective. I'm so happy. Kendra, welcome to the Secure Parent Collective. How can I do celebration? Let me see. If I do this, hold on. Does it work? Sometimes if I do this, my background changes. Kendra, welcome to the Secure Parent Collective. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Let me react. I'm not working right now. Benut there. You're trying to join? Okay. You're almost welcome. Almost welcome to the private community. If you have any questions regarding our private community, just type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Okay? So just to give you clarity, our private community is not private coaching. Okay? It is basically, let me give you the difference. It's like if you go to Zumba class or if you go to a group class where every week we bring a topic, we guide parents directly. They're there. This is a screenshot of one of our sessions in our private community. Private coaching is a lot more personalized, and a lot of our members are coaching clients as well. But this is a very great step for you to see how we can help you develop your skills to become a secure parent. And there are parents who, like you, Julia, the last video that I showed you, she's not a coaching client. She's just a member of our private community. And look at all the transformation that she's gotten with just 2 months of being with us. I want to show you the series that we're doing right now. Let's go to the next one. Jana, okay, Jana, I'm so glad that you're joining our private community. So we're in a 6-week series on understanding our inner child to transform our parenting. On this class, I gave you a very rough general overview of the reactive patterns, but in this 6-week series, I'm going very deep wound by wound. There are 5 childhood core wounds, and every week is one of those wounds. This week is the wound of injustice. Next week is going to be the wound of betrayal. And then we already did other wounds in other past weeks. But if you join our private community today, you will have access to this full series. We are in week 5 of this 6-week series. The other replays are in your members area. If you join this private community, once the 6-week series is over, you won't be able to find it anymore because we keep our series in our members area as long as we have the series happening. So if you join right now, I encourage you to join. You will have access to this full series in your members area. And this week on the class, we are going to cover one of the childhood wounds, which is the wound of injustice. And next week, we are going to end this series with the wound of betrayal. So if you have a clear, full understanding of your childhood wounds, how this is impacting your parenting and how to turn it around one by one to become a secure parent, I encourage you to join so you can access this 6-week series before it disappears. Again, if you scan the QR code in the chat, or if you click the link in the, no, if you scan the QR code on the screen, or if you click the link in the chat, you can join us right now for free for 30 days. After 30 days is $47 a month. If you want to continue with us, you don't have to do anything. Once you're done with the 30 days, we will charge you $47 a month. If not, you can pause your membership before the next payment and you won't be charged. So if you just want to join us for free for 30 days to see what it's about, but you don't know if you can commit later to the $47 a month, you can do so, and you can cancel it before. The members who get the most results are the ones who stay, obviously, because this is not, our parenting doesn't change in just 1 month. It takes repetition, and it takes coming to the classes, and it takes integration of the skills. How can I sign up for one-on-one coaching? Dania, I don't know if you need coaching. Some parents don't need private coaching. They just need the private community. So for us to know if you even need coaching, the very first step is to book a one-on-one assessment call with us. So this is what I want you to do. Federico,
Yes.
could you please
Yes.
take the info, Dania's info, the name, email, phone number?
Yes,
He's
sure.
interested in one-on-one coaching. And in that call,
Okay.
we will see, Dania, if you even need coaching. Some parents don't, some parents yes, depending. Oh, I'm so glad that you joined. Who
Hey,
else joined
Dana.
our private community that I have not welcomed? Who else joined our private community that I have not welcomed? Aurelia, could you please open your mic? I just noticed that you're here. Aurelia, could you please open your mic? Aurelia.
Yes.
Hi, can I see you real
Hi.
quick? I don't know if you are camera ready.
I'm kind of at work. I could step outside for a second. Okay.
I see you there.
Okay, can you see me? Hi.
So the reason why I just saw you and I know, I was like, I don't know if that's my Aurelia and if it's a different Aurelia. I know we have an Aurelia in our private community, but I know it is you. I'm just very curious. How long have
Yes.
you been in our private community? And what has been your experience compared to just following social media accounts and getting your parenting development from social media?
Well, I just joined not that long ago. I was there when you taught on the wound of rejection, and so and then I'm sorry, what was the second question that you asked me?
No, I'm just curious, what has been your experience in the private community compared to just getting parenting development from watching reels and TikToks?
Oh yeah, my experience, I actually feel connected, and I'm just not just because it's one thing to get the information, but it's another thing when you're ready to receive it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It's I just believe that it's all about a person's it's all about a person's time. When you're ready for change and stuff, you're ready to listen, you're ready to apply. And I believe that I was just at that place where I was ready for actual change and not just saying it.
Mm,
And so, and then the community has just been helping,
mm,
where I'm just like, well, I don't feel so trapped or feel so alone in things that I'm going through, you
mm,
know. And then I'm more self-aware,
mhm,
rather than just repeating what I've seen on media because I was that person, where I was just like, oh, so desperate for help. Like I felt like the more information I know gotten, the more that I could be secure. But really, security is not. I'm learning that security is really not found in how much you know. It's in how much you apply.
yeah.
And so but it's been helping me so much. You know,
Mm.
um,
I see you smiling. I'm just
yes.
very curious. How do you feel before when you were getting your parenting development from Reels and TikToks? And how do you feel now?
Well, I really felt like the information that I was receiving on like just watching different things, I was still feeling empty, like I was still feeling like there was it just wasn't working, just that emptiness, like that
Mm,
basically just wasn't doing anything for me, you know. But now I feel like I just feel joy, and
mm,
I'm sure you can see it all over my face. But now I just feel joy because it's really an answered prayer, you
mm.
know. And so I just feel joy, because it's just like, wow, I'm feeling seen and heard and definitely fulfilled,
Wow.
and then like purposeful, you know.
Purposeful.
So
Those are big
yeah.
words. I feel fulfilled. I feel purposeful. I feel wow. Whatever that is, wow feels like surprise,
Yeah, a little bit more freedom,
freedom.
where I'm
Mm.
not all in my head, like, you know.
I'm curious, how long have you been in
Yeah.
a private community?
I haven't been in your private community that long. Like I mean, I came across the videos, but
But
actually
wait, wait, wait,
join.
wait. Let me stop you there. Has it been,
Okay.
because I've just seen you a few times, not a lot. Has it been like a few weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months? How long? How long ago did you join?
Uh, Probably a few weeks ago. It hasn't even been that long, and I'm
Wow.
already like, I know.
So imagine
Look
when
how
you're 6 months.
I know. This is like
That's so
it's so
great.
awesome. Yes, yes.
Yes. And I cannot wait for this week's class. I hope
I
you
know,
can
me
join.
too. Of course, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
I want to, well, thank you so much, Aurelia.
Yes,
Just would you give me permission of sharing your testimonial in for people in social media, maybe to our
of course.
playlist on YouTube? Okay.
Yeah, of course you can. If it's gonna
Thank you
help
so
somebody
much.
else, girl, just go ahead.
Thank you so much, Aurelia.
Of course, of course.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to
All right.
welcome Jana. Jana, welcome to the private community. Welcome to the Secure Parent Collective. I cannot wait to see your journey towards becoming a secure parent, how Aurelia said, feeling a lot more free, feeling a lot more empowered, feeling a lot like you're not alone, the feeling like you are with someone alongside you in this journey. That's great. That's
Thank
awesome.
you so much. Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes, I
Can you
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the way from Germany.
Oh my goodness. We have
Yes.
several people from Holland, from I don't know if from Germany, but from Europe. Yes.
Unfortunately, my screen is broken. One of my students dropped my phone, but it's
What
okay.
pulled
I'm still
you
there.
what pulled you to join our private community?
I mean, I've been following you for a few months now, and I just love the how can I say it? The way you compare the different approaches, like how you can um like how you can talk to your child or what you can do in a certain situation. It's just so practical and so it just speaks to me so much because I often still feel like I'm the parent that's like not regulated enough. And I know that like in general, I've done a lot of work in that field and we've come a long way, my husband and I, but still I'm uh not quite there yet. I mean, I really want to just um I want my daughters especially, but my kids in general, to grow up feeling like they're, just as you said, they're loved, they're wonderful, and that the neurodivergent brain that they have
Are
does
they
not mean that.
autistic, ADHD? What do they have?
Well, they all, my two older daughters have an official ADHD diagnosis, and
Okay.
I think that both my daughters and I are probably also autistic, but
Okay.
the
Cool.
ADHD is just, on top of that, and it's really hard to get a diagnosis for girls, and especially, I mean, you know how it is, and women,
Yeah.
especially when your IQ is high enough, let's put it that way, and then your ADHD is just overshadowing or overpowering
Uh-huh.
that aspect. And it's really hard because it shows usually it when you have high masking girls,
Right.
the autistic behavior, that's what we see at home, the shutdowns, the meltdowns, the not being able to talk anymore, whatever. But when they're
The
at the doctor's
autistic
office,
inertia, which is the
yes,
inability or the having a hard time starting or stopping tasks. I imagine
absolutely.
you see it there.
Yes. And
Mhm.
then you have like my daughter, my middle child, I'm assuming it's more like PDA, and for my oldest, it's more really like autistic, as in like the world is just too much for her usually. But
So, Jana, is that how I pronounce your name?
it's actually Yana, but
Yana.
don't worry
Yana,
about it.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Yana. Mhm.
So, what are you hoping to find in our private community now that you joined us? By the way, Christina, welcome to our private community.
I think hands-on stuff that I can just, what you just said, the whole process of being able to reflect, like, where am I coming from? Why am I reacting the way I'm reacting? And then also seeing the triggers that my kids put, or what I react to in my kids, and where's that
Jana,
coming from?
you're at the right place because we are not
Yes.
behavioralists in HIC parenting. We don't give parents tips and tactics and hacks to fix behaviors. You won't see that in our private community. You will see these three skills. You will see understanding of their nervous system and yours. You will see emotional regulation work, and you will see generational patterns work, and you will see positive discipline work, which is developing skills and not punishing kids.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what I want. I want my kids to be, as a neurodivergent person in this world, I want them to be just fulfilled and happy, and also, uh, yeah, able to support themselves, because I think they will be able to, or would be, but they need the skills, as you just said,
Yeah. Yes.
and what to provide, or my
And
husband and I,
you
we,
know something, Jenna, Jana, I'm sorry.
don't worry.
I've heard parents outside of our community with the belief that because their children are autistic, they can't learn skills. And that's not true. My brother, he's Down syndrome, autistic, level 3. He doesn't speak with his words. He speaks other ways. He's nonverbal, how people call it.
Mm.
And I know because I've been the one who develops his skills. I know he can learn skills because I've done it with him.
That's so wonderful. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Yes.
my husband's the one who encourages me in that, because I often see, I think I'm more the understanding parent, which is great. And he's more the, well, but I think we can find a solution, let them do it by themselves, or let them figure it, like we can help them, learn
Yeah.
those skills. So I think it's a good, we
And
can
this is
work
because,
together. Yeah.
and it's because of this. Parents, a lot of parents relate discipline with the punishment and the consequence, and that you won't do this. So they think, I wonder if I can discipline my autistic son who is nonverbal, level 3, Down syndrome. And the answer is yes, when you know that discipline is not that, discipline is developing skills.
Mhm. Yes, absolutely. My son, who's almost 5, he just asked me today, Mom, what are consequences? And then
Cute.
I told him basically that's just what happens. Like you do one thing and then another thing happens. And I
Right.
tried to explain to him it's not discipline as in punishing someone, but like if you don't tie your shoes, you might just step on your shoelace and fall. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just a natural consequence. And I think if we show that to our kids, that they can also learn what happens and that they can uh, just have that
Right. So,
um,
Yana,
ability. Yeah.
I cannot wait to see you in our session this week. I want to go to the next slide because I promised parents that I was going to give them a gift for
Absolutely.
coming with me to the very end. Okay?
Thank you.
So this is for all of you guys, and you only have a few steps to claim this gift. Why your child's meltdowns aren't random. This is my nervous system framework for recognizing your child's nervous system signs to prevent most meltdowns. And this is a 40-pager workbook that you can access right now. And these are the steps. You can take a screenshot if you want to. Step number 1 is to join our free trial of our private community now. Come back and let us know so we can welcome you. Step number 2 is that we will send you a private message with the link to join our WhatsApp group to join. Federico, did you send the link to the WhatsApp group to all the parents who joined?
Yes, yes, I
Okay.
did.
Okay. So, hey, parents, if you're still here, say hi. Introduce yourself in the WhatsApp group to the other parents. So, that's number 2. We will send you a private message with the link to our WhatsApp group and join our WhatsApp group. Step number 3, you can do that right now or after we're done with the class. Share a positive review about this class in the WhatsApp group today. And step number 4, at the end of today or tomorrow, our team will post the link to this workbook in the WhatsApp group. Okay? You need to download WhatsApp? Yes, please. Download WhatsApp. It's free. So step number 1, again, join our free trial. Let us know so we can welcome you. Step number 2, we'll send you a private message with the link to our WhatsApp group. Step number 3, join the WhatsApp group and share a positive review about this class. And step number 4, at the end of today or tomorrow, our team will post the link to this workbook in the WhatsApp group. And that's how you can claim today's gift. Any questions about this? Any questions? Okay, cool. Okay, guys, so this is what we're going to do. We have 15 more minutes. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to answer a few questions. But right now, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I don't know what happened. Is that you? After I had the twins, something happened with my bladder. I went right before this class, but I cannot hold on. I cannot hold up. And I've been to therapy. I've been to occupational therapy, strengthening the pelvic floor, whatever. But I think the damage is already done at this point. I don't know what's happening. But my twins were big. I need to go and I'll be back. I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm back. Okay, parents, secure parents. That's how I call the members of my community, secure parents. Okay, secure parents, I'm here to answer questions until the top of the hour and then we close. If you have any questions about anything, either about a parenting question or a question about our private community, this is the time. Just raise your hand. And then I want to provide support for a little bit before we close. Miranda, open your mic.
Hi. Can you hear
Hi.
me? Okay. I was just wondering about the skills specifically because I just joined the on the WhatsApp community.
Welcome to our private community.
Weeks.
Secure
Wait,
parent. You from now on, I want you to integrate that in your nervous system. I'm a secure parent.
okay.
It's integrated. Yes. We
Yeah.
cannot get there with our bodies if we cannot get there with our minds.
Mhm. So I'm really eager to be hearing about the skills. And is that what you're teaching in the Thursday group sessions?
Yes, so we do different series. I bounce between the 3 skills here and there, depending on what I see in the group. Right now, we are in a 6-week series on basically section 1 of this class, which is understanding our patterns. That's part of the mindset, which is having an understanding of our needs, of how our nervous system works, why we work the way we work with our kids. And from that awareness, parents are seeing results. Aurelia, the member who just gave us her testimonial here, she's been in the community 2 weeks. So, and she's feeling all this great just by having more understanding of her patterns. So does that answer your question? I go back and forth between the 3 skills. January, February was all about nervous system regulation, and then March has been about mindset with the inner child series.
Okay. Yeah, it helps to understand kind of the language that you use to describe the skills. So I've been in the WhatsApp group for maybe a month, but
Oh.
this orientation is really helpful to understand that what you're doing right now is the mindset. So like the
Yes.
first skill.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes we do the. I've never seen you in the classes.
I
Have you?
haven't been able to attend the
Oh, okay.
replay. I watched the Wound of Abandonment replay.
Okay. Okay. And what? How do you feel after you watched it?
I think just overwhelmed because there's so much that I know that I haven't. I've struggled to apply it so much. And
Come to the class
yeah,
because the private community is not a WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group, but the private community we come alive really in the sessions.
in the
So
session.
yeah,
Okay.
that's where we come alive.
Okay.
Because that's where parents come and they get my direct guidance. And as I teach these things, they ask their questions about their particular thing. And that's where I help them integrate the concepts.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So for example, this week we are in the wound of injustice. Did you grow up in a rigid environment, Miranda?
Yeah. I definitely. And then when you put that if I have boundaries, I'm bad.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
that relates to the wound of injustice, then
That creates the wound of injustice.
Yeah.
Rigid environment, very high unattainable standards. People usually have the narratives of I'm not good enough. And then come to the class so I can process a little bit more with you what happened in your childhood and how is this showing up in your parenting. The replays are good enough for the people who cannot attend 1 week or 2, but that's not supposed how to be the process because is the difference between going to the gym and participating in the class versus getting the replay of the class and trying to do it at home.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. I'm looking forward to coming to the next one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you access nervous system regulation of the other classes in the group with like library of videos? Yes, we do have resources in members area. What we do is that as we go through the series, you have the access of the series, and then we take it down and put another series. And the reason is not to overwhelm people, because just imagine if you come to the private community's been we've been alive the last 3 years. If you come to the private community and you see 3 years worth of series and just overwhelming everything, we want you to focus in what we're developing. And if you stay in the private community, you will see all the skills. Right now we are in Mindsight. After Mindsight, we're going to go back to either emotional regulation or positive discipline. And after that, we're going to go to another one. So that's why my recommendation is, yes, try it for a month, but don't plan to stay a month. Plan to stay more, because it takes integration, it takes support, it takes being in the community to not just get the support, but to get the full training, if that makes sense. So to answer your question, Shannon, do we have replays and do we have tools in the members area? Yes, but it's not overwhelming, long, and a lot of things, because that won't serve parents. Have you been in private communities or coaching programs that they gave you access to their members area and it's just an overwhelming amount of information and replays and you don't know where to start? We don't want your experience to be that, because you're already feeling overwhelmed in your parenting. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed in our private community. My recommendation is to trust our leadership and know that we will train you. We will train you and we will help you if you keep plugging away, if you commit to stay. Any other question regarding, we have 5 more minutes, regarding anything, the skills, the private community, your childhood wounds, anything? Does it need to be now, or I do it in 1 hour and still get the workbook? You can do it in an hour and still do the workbook. But why do you have to wait an hour, Shannon? I'm curious. Shannon, open your mic. You can join in an hour and get the workbook. Shannon, could you please open your mic? You're putting your son asleep. That's why you're going to do in an hour. Yeah. So this is why I encourage you to do, Shannon. Take a screenshot of this screen so you can save the QR code. And in an hour, once your son is sleeping, enter the QR code, join our private community. Sometime today or tomorrow, our community manager will reach out to you to help you join the WhatsApp group. The reason why I told you to join now is because we are here and we can share with you the WhatsApp group now. Otherwise, you might need to wait a little bit until the community manager is available to send you the link, either later today or early tomorrow. And then you can join our WhatsApp group and you can have the workbook. Is that clear? Any other question? We have 2 more minutes. Let's dismiss. Let's go to the main room. How did you feel after you found out you had autism? My son has a genetic testing. I don't know how I'm gonna feel if I didn't know until now. I think every person has a very unique experience. I can only speak for me. I felt relief because I finally understood what for so many years I was asking myself for, like, why am I like this? So I felt relieved and I felt grief. The grief of remembering all the times that I got punished for having needs. All the times that I was misunderstood, all the times that I just needed somebody to learn that I had support needs and I couldn't give what they wanted me to give. I felt grief and I felt relief. That's what I felt. When my son got diagnosed, what did I feel? I didn't feel uncomfortable feelings with him. I think I just felt empowered, like I understood him better. Yes, but some parents feel grief, some parents feel fear, some parents feel surprise, some parents feel sadness. And let me tell you this, all those emotions are okay to feel. You're not wrong for feeling anything. You're not wrong for feeling relief. You're not wrong for feeling sad. You're not wrong for feeling grief. You're not wrong for feeling fear. All your beliefs matter. I want to dismiss. Let's open your cameras real quick. Dania. Hola. I think you asked a question, but I didn't. I know it was Shannon. Oh, yeah, I think I answered the question. Thank you, Jackie. No, I just wanted to see the beautiful parents who joined us today. Some of you I won't see you again. And some of you I will keep seeing you in our private community. I just want to let you know that you guys are good parents. There is no doubt of that. And you don't have to join our private community to be good parents. You already are. You already are good parents. Thank you so much for joining. The next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to pray. If you don't want to see me praying or if you don't believe in prayer, don't stay. You can be dismissed and you can leave. Otherwise, if you want me to pray to Jesus, I'm a Christian, then I'm going to pray for you guys. I'm going to leave 30 seconds. I'm going to wait 30 seconds for the parents who don't want to participate in this prayer. I want to be respectful of that. Otherwise, I'm going to pray. I'm waiting 30 seconds for the parents who want to dismiss. Okay. Okay, so if you stayed, it's because you agree with prayer. Let's close our eyes. Thank you, Jesus, for this day. Thank you, Jesus, for allowing me to speak your wisdom through me. That wasn't me, that was you through me. You sent me to give words of encouragement and words of light to these beautiful parents. I ask you, Father God, to bless them, to protect them, and to allow them to see themselves how you see them. To allow them to see themselves how you see them, beautifully and wonderfully made. They are not their past. They are not their mistakes. They are not their reactivity. I ask you, Father God, to bless their families, their children. And I want to thank you, Jesus, for all the parents who joined our private community today and for the ones who didn't. I believe that you ordered their steps. HIC parenting was not ordered by you right now. the ones who did not join. I ask you to keep joining their steps towards their solution and the right support that they need. And to the ones who crossed our doors, give me wisdom and my team to guide them with excellence. And to put you at the first of everything, in the middle of everything, because everything is for your glory. Amen. Hugs. Hug yourself, because that's my hug to you. I cannot, if we were if we were live, if we were in person, I would be hugging everybody. I'm hugging Miranda, I'm hugging Melody, Jessie, Dania, Federico, I'm hugging you too. Aurelia, Benutzer, Yana, Kendra, Katerina, Jessica, Jackie, Shannon, Christina. I love you. I'll see you